So let's get started. If you're in any way familiar with DAWs, this main view won't have many surprises for you. The main items in this view will certainly look familiar. Let me just start at the top. This is called the header. It holds a couple items like the transport, a big display, a couple tools and some menus. This large part of the window is called the body, and this is where most of your project will be happening. And I could break it down in a couple windows: an inspector, an arrange view timeline, the browser, and the device panel, which is also the place for all the editors, but we'll get to all that later. And all the way at the bottom is an area called the footer. It holds a couple items like the view toggles for the inspector, the arrange or the mix panel. Then there's the editor, the edit panel, and a couple different ones that can fill up the space of the device panel, like the automation editor, the note editor, and so on. We'll get to all that later, of course. Do not worry about it yet. This here is the browser. As you can see, there's a couple icons at the top of the browser. If I hover my mouse over each icon, get a little description of what each icon represents. Samples, multi-samples, music. So that's your own music collection. You can customize this all, by the way, to your own needs. Clips, files, and configuration of the app. It's got a really nice fast search function. And Bitwig Studio ships with a couple devices, the Bitwig devices, like audio effects, instruments, containers, and such. And they are all listed here, like the instruments, the audio effects. We're going to use a lot of those, and there is my own VST plugins folder. Double-clicking any of these folders opens and closes them, so that gives for a nice fast workflow. Although some of you might prefer to use the triangles to open and close these folders. Let's go to the arrange. Here are the track headers. We got two tracks if we start the app, an audio track and an instrument track. If I switch between them, you can see what happens to the inspector. That changes to reflect what is happening on these particular tracks. Let's say I want to change the color of the instrument track. I can do that right here in the inspector. And maybe a nice bluish green for the audio track. And there's a field where we can rename any of these tracks, or clips for that matter. But again, let's not go too fast. All the way at the bottom are two tracks, an effect track, which is tied to send 1, as you can see. It's got its own little icon. Every track category has its own icon, like the instruments, the audio. There's a send icon. You send a bit of your audio to this effect track. And then there's the master output, and that is in Bitwig terminology the king of tracks. So they gave that a nice little crown as its icon. And it does make sense in a way. So that is one of the views, the arranged timeline view. And you might have guessed it, there is another view which is called the clip launcher. And to access the clip launcher, I go to the bottom left corner of the arrange, and there's this little icon that represents the clip launcher. There it is. And the arranged timeline view has a similar icon, so I can switch between these two views and even use them together, as you can see now. If I want to work just in the clip launcher, I just hide the arrange, right? There's our two tracks still in place. If I go ahead and create a couple more tracks, you can see all these extra empty clip slots appear. As you can see, it doesn't matter if I create instrument tracks or audio tracks. They can all live together in the clip launcher. So with these little icons, I can choose what I want to see, the arrange plus the clip launcher, or just the clip launcher, or just the arrange.